Hello, my name is Dinh, and today I will present a comprehensive look at Chapter 3, which pertains to models used in program planning for health promotion. By the end of the lecture, students should be able to grasp the following learning objectives from the chapter. Students will understand what models can provide to health educators and why health educators use them. Students will recognize and understand the phases of the generalized model. Students will be able to list and identify key models of program planning. Students will be able to utilize key planning models in real life project program planning. Why do we need models? One of the most useful tools a health educator has at their disposal is the utilization of planning models. These models provide tangible benefits to health educators, as they serve as a form of blueprint in which health educators can build a unique and relevant health promotion program around. These blueprints allow health educators the ability to properly organize, implement, and evaluate their program with ease due to progressive and detailed steps and phases. Health promotion planning models are also easily visualized, so program planners can quickly and easily learn planning models no matter what kind of learning they are. In addition, health educators use health promotion planning models due to the sheer number available. Due to the vast number of planning models available, there is a model that can be adapted and used in almost any situation. In today's presentation, we will examine some of the more common examples of planning models used in the creation of a health promotion program. The, the basis of all planning models of health promotion originates from the generalized model, which contains the basic principles that all planning models have. The generalized model consists of 5 main elements. The first element is assessing needs, or needs assessment. Needs assessment revolves around the collection of data in the target community and an analysis of the data. Health educators use the data to determine health needs and priorities, as well as the priority population within the community, which the program should target. The needs assessed also include the program's own needs, as budget and staff number should be predicted and adjusted based on the gathered data. Step 2 of setting goals and objectives is the step of using the data in order to determine priority health issues which the program will target in order to benefit the health of the priority population. Program planners need to ensure, however, that the objectives and goals are specific and obtainable. The developing intervention step of the generalized model revolves around creating programs from the gathered data and from the health educator's goals and objectives. The interventions will address the health education issues presented from the previous 2 steps and focus specifically on improving the priority population's health in some way or form. The implementing intervention step is as straightforward as it sounds, as it puts the programs the health educator created into action. The program planners use the evaluating results step to evaluate the results at the end of the program in order to examine the quality, impact, and introduction of implementations in order to improve future iterations of the program. Usage of the generalized model also helps with learning about how to write grants and requests for funding. Oftentimes, RFAs, requests for applications, and RFPs, requests for proposals, require components such as background and needs, a work/management plan, a plan for evaluation of the program, and most importantly, a budget. All of these parts are included in the generalized model, indicating its importance and how much it encompasses. The generalized model has inspired numerous other models. One of the most popular models is the precede-proceed model. This model is split into 2 halves, each with 4 phases. The precede part of the model, which stands for predisposing, reinforcing, and enabling constructs in education/ecological diagnosis and evaluation, focuses on the needs of assessment and gathering of data. Phase 1, or social assessment and situational analysis, analyze the quality of life in the target population. This phase specifically looks at personal factors such as happiness, self-esteem, comfort, and social factors like crime, discrimination, and employment. Phase 1 also looks at the overall picture to determine the overall desired result of the program. Phase 2 is the epidemiological assessment, in which planners locate and prioritize health problems or goals that could influence factors from Phase 1. Factors that fall into Phase 2 include genetic makeup, behavior or environmental factors, and traditional vital indicators such as morbidity or obesity. Phase 3 is the educational and ecological assessment, in which planners judge the factors that could influence the target population's willingness to learn. 3 types of factors affect the educational and ecological assessment and are listed below. Predisposing factors, which are people's knowledge on the behavior change as well as their attitude, values, and beliefs. Enabling factors, which are social forces that can bar or facilitate the spread of the behavior change. Examples include access to health facilities or other health resources. Reinforcing factors, which are factors that encourage or reward the behavior change. This can range from admiration from peers or physical benefits like participation incentives. The 4th phase of Precede is intervention, alignment, and administrative/policy assessment. Interventional alliance is meant to create relevant interventions based on the data and needs assessment of the previous phases. Administrative/policy assessment is meant to assess if the resources the health educator has presently are adequate to go through with the program and to make adjustments if necessary. The second half of the model, Proceed, which stands for Policy, Regulatory, and Organizational Constructs in Education and Environmental Development, deals with the actual proceedings of the program as the name implies. Implementation refers to the undertaking of the program and usage of the strategies drafted in Phase 4. The final 3 phases of process, impact, and outcome evaluation focus on examining the impacts of the program. Process evaluation looks at whether or not the implementation was carried out as envisioned by the health educator. The impact evaluation looked at whether or not the program influenced the target population as predicted. Outcome evaluation gauges whether or not the program overall had the desired outcome the health educators envisioned. While the Proceed model can be flexible, the best usage of the model occurs when community interaction is vital to the success of the program. The Precede portion of the model allows for maximum community representation, as the model encourages health educators to create a detailed community profile to assess needs. This presents the opportunity to provide feedback and information about the community's views, needs, and influences through a variety of sources ranging from surveys to interviews and other interactions. In addition, the enhanced needs assessment from the community provides opportunities to raise interest in the community for the program and perhaps encourages others to become involved as partners to ensure the success of the program and lend credibility to the work of the program planners. With 3 separate evaluation phases in Phase 6, 7, and 8 in the Proceed half of the model, health educators also have ample opportunities to fine-tune and receive feedback from program backers about preferred changes to the program. This guarantees the program fits the image of the program investors and backers. The MAP model, or Mobilizing for Action Through Planning and Partnerships, is a model primarily designed for usage in city or county departments and consists of 6 phases. Phase 1 is organizing for success/partnership development, which serves as a preliminary assessment in which health educators check to see if the available resources, such as staff, which can include volunteers and community leaders, and budget, allow for a program to be created and function properly. This phase also focuses on developing one or more planning committees to guide the program. Phase 2, or visioning, introduces the process to the community to garner support and or interest in the project. This phase also opens up the project to be shaped by the community, so the program can result in an outcome of the community envisions. Phase 3 of the MAP model is the 4 MAP assessments. These assessments are the community themes and strengths assessment, which judges the community's opinion of the program and its direction, the local public health assessment, which gauges how encompassing the local health department is, the community health status assessment, and the forces of change assessment, which takes into account whether legislation, technology, or other social forces will affect the diffusion of the program into the community. Phase 4 is identifying strategic issues, which involve creating a list of the important health issues facing the community. Phase 5, formulating goals and strategies, does exactly what its name specifies, and creates and adopts goals and strategies to spread the program to the community and cement the behavior change. These goals and objectives should be based on the needs and demands highlighted by the community in earlier phases. The final phase is the action cycle, which serves as the phase in which the program is implemented and then evaluated for flaws and improvements. This phase is arguably the most important phase, as the action cycle's evaluation segment determines the future and the direction of the program. The MAP-IT model is a specialized planning model that focuses on adapting Healthy People 2020 to the community level. MAP-IT stands for Mobilization, Assess, Plan, Implement, and Track. The MAP-IT model follows the generalized model almost to a T, as we will see soon. The first phase, the MAP-IT model, is the mobilization phase, which involves gathering individuals and organizations together into a coalition to improve community health. Responsibilities and jobs are also doled out at this phase to the individuals participating in creating the program. The second phase is assessment, which serves as a needs assessment of the community for health issues that need to be addressed. In this phase, program planners should also account for the resources the program has presently, as well as what resources might be needed by the program in the future. The third phase is planning, in which health educators create goals and objectives based on the data, health issues, and resources gathered in the assessment phase of the model. Health educators also work to design implementations to achieve their goals in this phase. The implement and track phases serve as the phase in which health educators implement the program and then evaluate the results. During the implementation, health educators are also responsible to create a detailed plan that outlines all the action steps that need to take place, as well as who is in charge of these steps. The final model introduced in this chapter will be the SMART model, or the Social Marketing Assessment and Response Tool. The SMART model differs from previous models in the fact that its focus lies mainly in social marketing and adjusting to the needs of the consumer. The SMART model follows the generalized model for the most part. Phase 1 serves as the preliminary planning phase. This phase revolves around the program planner examining data, mainly epidemiologic, to assess the health issues facing the community, and then choosing the most appropriate issue to deal with. Phase 5 of developing interventions, materials, and pretesting involves development of interventions based on the data gathered and conclusions drawn from the data. Program planners then obtain the materials needed to carry out the intervention and do preliminary pretesting to gauge how the community might respond to the interventions. Phase 6 involve implementing the programs while tracking how the program is communicated and distributed. Phase 7, and the final phase, is evaluation. The main objective of this final phase is to improve the program quality and the effectiveness in terms of affecting the priority population. The model differs from most through its second, third, and fourth phases, which focus on various forms of analysis. Phase 2 is consumer analysis, which identifies the priority population and develops a profile for the population. Phase 2 also incorporates formative research, which splits the total population into subgroups and profiles these groups as well. Market analysis analyzes the market to determine the important forces that could affect the incorporation of the program and its behavior change. The phase also utilizes marketing mixes, which consist of the 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion, which are the 4 components of marketing that the community most resonates to. The final form of analysis used in the SMART model is the channel analysis, which examines avenues by which to communicate to the community about the program and the behavior change accompanying it. A main purpose of channel analysis is to find partner organizations with a focus on media, such as radio or TV stations, and utilize their resources to spread the program's message. After examining all the planning models and weighing their pros and cons, choosing a planning model can be difficult to complete, as there are various factors to keep in mind. One of the most important factors to keep in mind is the interest of the program's backers and investors. These backers range from funding agencies, community leaders participating, high-ranking decision makers, and of course, the population the program is meant to serve. Pleasing their preferences, as well as making sure they're involved to their heart's content, is key to the program. Health educators also have to ensure the resources are in place to actually carry through with the program. Resources include funding, time, and data to develop the program. Health educators also should keep in mind 3 important criteria known as the 3 F's of project planning that are key in the selection of a planning model. The 3 F's are fluidity, which ensures the steps in the planning model are building on top of one another; flexibility, which indicates the planning is adapted to the program's backers' needs; and functionality, which means the planning model will show concrete health improvements in the community. Health educators can also utilize a population-based approach and an ecological framework. A population-based approach allows health educators to examine which model would work in situations based on the population size. An ecological framework helps health educators examine communities from the big picture. Finally, planners need to take into account in pre-planning how involved the priority population will be in the decision making of the program, as widespread inclusion will facilitate community empowerment to improve their health. In order to facilitate understanding of planning models in health promotion, I have an activity prepared. For the activity, the class will be split up into 5 groups of 5. Each group will come up with a health issue present in the Gainesville area. The problem can range from scale from as large to all of Alachua County to as small as a dorm in the University of Florida. The group will then take 12 minutes to utilize the generalized model to plan a response to the health issue and provide a brief explanation for how they would use each step in the generalized model to address the health issue and priority population. The group will also suggest an alternative planning model from the presentation that would apply to the health issue. A rubric will be provided for group members to see how their presentation will be graded, as well as to write down the group members present in class for the activity. I will also be walking around to answer any questions needed, address any concerns raised, and facilitate discussion on the presentation. Following each presentation, I will provide a brief 30-second commentary on the presentation and ideas in order to further engage learning of planning models. Thank you for your time, and I hope this presentation has been informative and has enlightened you about the importance and significance of health promotion planning models.